and I starved at the airport, man. I was like, but in retrospect, I wouldn't have traded in any of those experiences.
Nope. No, I
So
mean, I've had probably 10, 12 TVs in my life, 5, 6, 7 bikes, 4, 5, 6 cars, and I don't remember every single one of those things, but I remember me, my daughter, my wife, and we paid for my mom to go to Disney World with us. And it was amazing. The memories we have, the good times we had, I would never replace that. And you had a crazy experience, Painter.
which one?
The scooter incident.
Oh shit! Yeah, that
You
was
got
the
to
last
tell that
time
story.
out.
I don't think you've heard the
No,
story,
this was
Twig.
the last time out.
Yeah, this is the last
like
time.
it
Check
might
it
have
out.
been karma or who knows what, because I went to Vietnam two years in a row. The first year I went, I met a girl right off the airport, and man, it was like love at first sight. But I was there to meet her sister. So, but I mean, I'm talking about it was like one of those still moments where like words couldn't even define. Anyway, so I went back the next year to visit her. And it's like anything, like I thought I was in love with this girl. We kept in touch. She learned English. I learned Vietnamese, and, so we could communicate. And, I seen her first day off. She's wearing white shorts. I don't know if that means she's like
Up
a
the
half.
ass.
I don't know if that means like she's half willing to do that. But
That's just rim jobs, not penetration.
well, actually, I did get her there that way, coincidentally. So it just proves my theory right. Well, anyway, I started meeting girls left and right. Going out and like the big dickhead.
What
that
city
I
is
am.
this?
This is in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay.
They call it Saigon once
Hoochie
again.
men?
Ho Chi Minh. Oh, there's a lot of Ho Chi
Hoochie
Minh. There's like a lot of he she's out there.
Really?
Nah. Yeah, there is actually. They go to Thailand
man.
to get their work done, come right back, and they're chicks without
Scary.
dicks anymore. But anyway, so I finally meet this girl that I like, and we're going out, and it's like the last weekend, and we're having a great time, and we're crossing the street, and over there you just cross the street, in between bikes and such.
Pedestrians don't have the right of way, right? That's
They
an
do,
American
but
thing
that's-
or a Californian thing.
Well, they don't even stop for red lights out there. I mean, shit, you got to really watch
It's
out.
like driving in TJ.
Yeah, nobody stops for red lights. Red light does not mean shit to them. I don't know if they're colorblind or what the hell. Oh, anyway, so we're
Stereotypical bad Asian driver.
that's how they get that way. I'm crossing the street, and this taxi cuts off this scooter with a couple on it, and they veer out of control and fall off the bike and the whole 9 yards. And we happen to be in the wrong place
You and
at
the
the
girl?
right time. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I try to push her out of the way. I try to jump over this scooter.
Liar.
Luckily, I tried. No, I did. I pushed her out. I think I did more damage doing that. I should have just left her where she
Save
was
yourself!
at. Should have left her where she was at. I think she would have done a little better. I mean, but I was only thinking instinctively. So the only
you
thing
weren't
left for
thinking.
me to do was like either get careened by this scooter or attempt to jump over it. I did my best in trying to jump over it, but it caught my left foot. I mean, I did a somersault.
Mind you, the scooter is 14 inches taller than Painter.
So his vertical leap is amazing.
Right. I should be doing the pole vault for the Olympics.
Well, this is all happening in the matter of seconds, right? You don't have
not
any
even
time to
seconds.
think or react.
Happened like 1.2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was fast. The thing was coming at us fast. And I mean, I did a somersault. I don't think I ever did a somersault in my whole entire life, not even diving into a pool. And I fucked up my back, and I got a splint on my wrist for that. I had for 7 months. I couldn't even lift weights. I couldn't even shake somebody's hand. It was that bad. I
That's
felt like it was
crazy.
just gonna crack open.
You had to go to the hospital there?
There was no hospital. Anyway, to this day, I'm missing like the chisel on my shoulder. I used to be like chiseled on both. Well, I am chiseled. From like just working out and having
Right.
the muscle structure. I lost one dimple on one side just from such a bang up job that I had out there.
That's crazy.
And anyway, where am I going with this?
I just wanted to hear that story. We were just talking about traveling. I just wanted to hear that story. And then didn't something happen with your passport? Or
Oh man, I went to make a copy of my passport the day before I left because I always like to have a couple copies because you leave one at the hotel, travel around with one in your back pocket, one in your suitcase, luggage, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, just to make for insurance purposes that you don't get in trouble out there. Well, I went to CVS to make a copy of my passport. Like a fucking idiot, I left it in the copy machine, and I returned 30 minutes later, and it was just completely gone. I asked the lady for it. I mean, somebody must have seen this passport, and it's just, this was like a trophy passport. I mean, it was just like stamped, like all these places I've been to. Someone found it. They were like, whoa, somebody's, I don't know. They might have thought like, oh, I can use this,
Maybe. I mean, identity theft or
Yeah.
something like that. Get your name. I mean, it doesn't have your social on there, does it?
No, it doesn't. But I'm sure some Mexican out
Birthday.
there thought it was worth something. I'm
They
like,
can
"It's
open
not
a
worth
credit
something."
card up with just, well, they need your social, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they could do with the
Well, I
passport.
haven't. Luckily, I haven't had that problem. But still, I missed that passport. It was it was just like
A
one of those
memento.
things. You just open it up, and there's just like, bam, here, there, and everywhere. And it's just like, kind of like having, like when you see in the cartoons when the cartoon character returns from around the world and they have a sticker of every country they've been to.
Yeah.
That
On their
passport was
suitcase.
equivalent for me, man.
When's the last time you watched a cartoon?
Oh shit!
And what was
I
it?
seen Up last week.
How was it?
It was pretty.
I
good.
mean, how'd you like it? I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, I love Pixar. Pixar makes better movies than some regular movies out there.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Wasn't what I expected because the love of this guy's life, pretty much dies
Yeah.
at the beginning of the
All
movie.
depression to
And
start the
that's-
movie.
And that's where it goes from. I mean, I'm sure.
Isn't that the moral of the story? There's nowhere to go but up.
Is that it?
I don't know. I just made that up. It sounds pretty good, though.
Yeah, it does.
When you're rock bottom, man, I mean,
Well, that's
Been there.
Yeah, well, that's what I said on a show prior. Is like if you ever hit rock bottom, that's your license. That's your true freedom to just start, reinvent yourself.
don't you have to hit rock bottom a few times, though? It's not just
Well,
you
what-
lose your family. That should be rock bottom for you. But then
What they
Ouch.
told me
you
in the
lose your
program,
house,
One,
and you lose your
what
arm.
they told
I
me
don't
in the
know.
program is there is no true bottom. There's only false bottoms, and
I'd be pissed if
You know.
I dated a girl with a false bottom.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
yeah. But I mean, you go and you hit rock bottom. You think drug addicts when they hit rock bottom is when they check into rehab or whatever and stuff like that. But then you get all the other wreckage that you've caused in your past still coming up on top of you. And
It's
to
kind
try
of-
and deal with that wreckage takes you to a new bottom.
It's individual to every person, right? Like
Yeah.
Of course.
we were, my wife's friend is going through some bullshit, and her husband just died. He was only 40-something years old. He died of leukemia, I believe. And so she's still trying to pick up the pieces. This only happened a few months ago, maybe 3 months ago. So, she's known him and been with him for 10 years.
Yeah.
And so, but they didn't really have a great relationship. He's always had health problems. They were off and on.
Leukemia is a health problem?
No, he had diabetes and all this stuff before leukemia even
Surfaced.
reared its head. So, I just was like, well, she's like, oh, my friend is, down in the dumps. She used to take care of people, this, that. I'm like, the human spirit, the human condition is amazing because we can adapt and get used to almost any kind of condition, whether it's prison or physical abuse or mental abuse or whatever it is. We adapt, to our environment.
Yep.
And I'm like, just because she was used to taking care of this guy and that was her whole world, doesn't mean it was a good existence.
No.
Doesn't mean it was a good condition
Not
or
in
a
the
situation to be in. It's like we can get used to anything. I can get used to being a double amputee. Doesn't mean
Speaking
that's
of
the
that,
How you want to.
I
position I
spent
wanna be
5
in.
years in Guantanamo, and
Guantanamo is a Mexican restaurant or Cuban
Yeah,
restaurant.
that's
down the
right.
street.
You must have really liked that. So you're saying this woman's like a strip pole dancer now, or she's just out living the wild
Nah,
life?
she's great. She's just she glommed on to the Lord.
Okay.
So she's like super religious. You go on MySpace or Facebook, it's littered with crucifixes and Jesus's love and
maybe it's because she feels she was crucified over that period.
I don't know, man.
And now this is the rebirthing.
I don't know. This is a sad note to go out on.
You idiots.
on that
sad
note.
note.
You guys need to take an antidepressant for the next show.
You're the one who started talking about Up.
I love double D's. This has been the Sperm Donor Show. I'm Savvy Jinx with the painter and the twig.